Hey guys, welcome back to Talk and Shop Podcast. We're here with our second ever collegiate interview, and we're here with none other than Zach Kreft of Walsh University. Glad to have you, Zach.
Appreciate you having me, Hunter. Appreciate it, man.
We're in a little special venue here at the Moore household. We're home for Christmas break rather, and thought it was time to get Zach Kreft on. He had a big year. We wanted to kind of pick his brain, like how did he get so good this year? He was already good before, but how did he break through? We want to kind of talk through that and ask him a few questions as we go on. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Of course. So you started off Buckeye Valley High School. It's up around Delaware, Ohio. It's a little small D2 school. What is your graduating class? Do you know, on top of your head?
2018, that year and stuff like
that? Yeah, like which size your graduating class?
Yeah, my bad. We had about 190 or so in our class.
Okay.
Okay. Bigger D2 school, not the smallest size, but it was good. It was like everybody knows everybody kind of thing.
Nice little thing for sure.
Definitely.
Obviously you committed Notre Dame in 2018, 17, your senior year, obviously. Obviously Notre Dame might not be the biggest of schools because of its prestige, but obviously a lot bigger. Did it kind of feel like you're going from the big fish in a small pond to a smaller fish in a big pond, or how did that kind of feel in the transition?
You said it exactly how I would say.
Yeah.
Being in that smaller Division II field, we didn't get that big competition every race. The races you went into races knowing you're going to win those races.
Sure.
Not much competition, and then you go to. Notre Dame itself, 8,000 students. So it's not a huge.
It's not a crazy
one school itself. But with the competition in Division I.
And you're running against the ACC squads every week. And even your own team, obviously, that year, if you guys remember, some of you guys might not remember, but that 2018 class featured Zach. Remind me again, the Foot Locker Nationals place. Was it?
I was 12 at Foot Locker.
12th, and you had Danny Kilray, who got third, and then Dylan Jacobs second.
Won it all.
My bad. Won it all. Sorry, Dylan. So that was a huge class. Also, Matthew Carmody, big time name. If you guys know him, they say. So that class itself alone was kind of, you're not the top dog, and you kind of find yourself almost at like a new place. You kind of had to start from the bottom again, work your way up, or how'd that kind of feel?
Definitely.
Buckeye Valley, obviously, like you said, go into any given meet, dominate. Obviously, once a year you get to run against Chad and state meet and whatnot, but most of the time it's you dominating. So did it feel kind of different going to a place where there was a lot of competition?
No, definitely. Like when leaving high school, making it to those national meets, you do leave as one of the bigger fish. And then you go to freshman year of college again, and then you're back to the little guy. You gotta earn your way up. And that was a big thing about college too. Yeah, like just working your way back up, being that small fish in a really big pond. Just on the team, like you said, we had some studs. I was training with Yara Nugus, Olympian, and as you mentioned, Dylan Jacobs, national champion.
Right.
I could just go through the list of all the All-Americans on our team, let alone. So, a lot of good guys to train with. I think it definitely did push more out of me just because you're around so many great guys. But I do think maybe I was overtraining a little bit during my time there just because I was training with such good guys. But, definitely coming in freshman year, it was definitely a big adjustment, to say the least.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, especially those that aren't maybe in a huge D1 school or high school, obviously.
Definitely.
Moving on to transition quite nicely to the Notre Dame experience. You kind of touched on it, maybe a little overtraining and whatnot, but in a nutshell, kind of what was your experience like at Notre Dame, racing-wise, whatnot? Just kind of give us a little summary of that. And I've got to ask, with Notre Dame, did the academics play a big part? Did that kind of fill up a lot of your time there? I know Notre Dame is very rigorous and whatnot, and you were a computer engineer and everything, very tough major in itself. So kind of how'd that look like for your 4 years there?
No, definitely. One thing Coach Carlson always said too when we were there, there's three things. You got school, running, and social life. You pick two.
I've heard that.
Two, if you want to be good at anything, it's got to be school and running.
Yeah.
And that was right. To sum it up, that was pretty much my Notre Dame experience. The engineering degree, it was very demanding.
For sure.
A lot of long hours, a lot of late nights. I definitely do think that played a part in my running. Stressed out about school and tests here and there and stuff like that. But in terms of running and racing and stuff like that, I never felt like I really reached my full potential in anything at Notre Dame except for track my senior year. I started putting it together a little bit, things like that. For me, I just had a hard time clicking with running, clicking in the sport, having that flame, having that fire. There were sometimes I just felt like I was kind of going through the motions when I was there.
Yeah.
And maybe that was just because school was tough or running was tough and
Yeah.
it wasn't going as well as I wanted it to. But I mean, I did enjoy the experience overall as a whole. I like my time at Notre Dame.
I'm sure you met a lot of great people.
Really great
obviously,
people.
Like I say,
I feel like I learned a little bit about myself as a runner. But yeah, it was tough to say the least. It was a tough time grinding on school and running.
Yeah.
Not around the clock. So
absolutely.
that's for sure.
And yeah, I feel like I have similar experience to that at you, so I know where you're coming from. It's just obviously not maybe the academic rigor, but still just finding your groove in a place like that where you have to be at the very best to even make the varsity lineup. I mean, IU was good, but man, Notre Dame to make that varsity lineup, especially the year they got second, you had to be legitimately an All-American. They had six All-Americans. I mean, it's easy to kind of fall into that, the normality of it all of like someone you might be running fine for yourself, but you might not get as attention as you are if you're another guy that's scoring and stuff. And it's got to be kind of tough to, kind of you feel like you're special there kind of thing. Is that kind of true, do you think, for you?
Well, it's funny you touch on that. I was just about to bring up too, going to those smaller schools or going to those schools with good community, good support system. You go to these big schools and you're away from home, you're away from family.
Friends, it's tough.
You kind of lose that support system a little bit. And it's fine, I guess, if you're running well, because a new support system will come. But if you go somewhere and you don't have that support system and you're trying to run well and you don't, you don't really have those people that really believe in you. And that was one thing for me at Notre Dame. I just felt like nobody. I mean, I had my teammates that I think they were there for me. Stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It's just you get on the line. It's like, who believes in me? Like, and I know I should come stem for myself, but for me, I was struggling to have that internal.
That's hard.
Stuff like that. So support system is big. I feel like in anything you do. But
absolutely.
Running especially.
No, that's great. Let's kind of take it to a little better time for running. Obviously, you did have some good times, like you mentioned, Notre Dame senior year. You went 14:04 on track and indoor, 8:06. You threw down an 8:51.
52.
3K steeple. Yep. So obviously all great times. But now you had that kind of breakthrough season. You went from being a 24:30s 8K guy.
24:35 was
24:35. Dropped about a minute and almost a half. You went 23:14 at Lehigh. Huge meet. Everything's been clicking. Did not have a single bad race this year, I would say, at all. You've been on fire. Topped that off with a 4th place finish in the national meet, Division II a few weeks ago, and then a 13:51, 13-second PR. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Second of all,
thank you.
Is there a single point where you would say, like, that is the reason why I'm running so much better now at this D2 program than at Notre Dame? Or is there several things? Do not know what it is. It's just kind of everything combined. Yeah. Is it some stuff you talked about? Sorry for kind of loaded up.
No, big question.
Pick the brain. Yeah, it's a loaded question.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. I'll throw it back to so after my cross country season at my last one at Notre Dame, season of 2021 last year, my season ended in October. Ran 3 races. That was about the length of my cross country season. I run about 3 races.
Right.
Probably 2 8Ks, maybe 3 if I'm lucky, and a 6K. So somewhere between 3 to 4, but the 6K I don't really count. It wasn't really a race. Anyway, I ended that season, and I knew I was going to transfer the following year.
Right.
Like, what am I running for? Like, what? Like, I really had a heart to heart with myself that fall break of senior year, and I'm like, man, like who's holding me back? And the more I thought about it, I was like, well, it's me. Like I can do this, and it was really it was a mental switch that helped me change my results at Notre Dame. At least that's what got me to run those PRs. And then coming to Walsh, to build off that, it's the support system, it's the coach, it's the guys I'm around every day, the teammates. I mean, I feel very blessed to be at Walsh, and it's just being around this group of guys just pushes you and makes you want to run better. I was just talking to Julian Schrock, one of our 3-4 guy all year.
Yeah.
It's easy to die in a race, easy to fight when you got guys like that who you're running for. So it's when you're hurting, it's just like, I know these guys are fighting for me, I'm fighting for them. Like, let's make it worth it. So I do think that mental switch that I had senior year at Notre Dame, paired with my teammates, my coaches, the support system. I think just honestly just being back in Ohio, something about the Ohio running too, that really helps.
Yeah.
And it kind of the accumulation of everything, and it's like, man, like it just feels good to be back in the sport. I got that flame back too, so Honestly, it's quite a bit. It's not one thing.
Yeah.
I think
sure.
I think it did start last fall. That's where it started.
The mentality change.
The mentality
Yeah.
change, and then since then, it's just been building off each other, building.
It's almost like confidence starts a little bit. It's a slippery slope. So all of a sudden,
definitely
building up really fast, and now you're on fire. You
Appreciate
kind of
that,
feel
yeah.
like you feel like you can do anything now. If you set your mind to that, you've seen yourself, accomplish so much. There's this fall that I feel like your confidence is back, and you got that support system, and
Well, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Last year at this time, I would have. If you would have told me fourth place in Division II Nationals, I would have told you you're crazy.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that was possible. Even before this year, I set some pretty lofty goals for myself without really anything to back it up.
Yeah. Just bet on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and I put those up, and I'm like, I'm gonna try for something I've never done before. And just every race, just running with the guys, every workout running. I mean, running with you these past few workouts, and Nathan pushing me all year, Drew Roberts pushing me all year. I mean, just running with guys, and you see they're getting better, and you want to get better, and you want to get better because you want to help the team.
Sure.
At the end of the day, cross country, that's why I love cross country so much, and I'll take it over track any day of the week.
Absolutely.
It's a team sport.
It is a team sport.
You're out there running. You're out there running like it's not. You're out there running for your team. It looks individual, but you're running for something greater than yourself.
If you want to run well, it's not individual.
Exactly, and it's just.
It's for more. I agree. People in the outside world might not think it's team sport rather, but obviously us people, especially you, we know
it. So it's just like you're out there running. I mean, and my big thing too, when you put the jersey on, you're not just running for yourself.
Yes.
You're running for
Something
your name. You're running for your family, your teammates, your coaches, your community, your school. I mean, so many things you're running for. So it's just like that's what keeps me going. It's you put that jersey on, and it's just like we're doing this for something bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely,
so
it's paid
it's
off.
worth it to hurt.
Big time. Yeah, I mean, make jumps like that. The people got to know what kind of led you there, and I think your story kind of shows how mentality really can make all the difference in the world. And we talk about it a lot. A lot of people do. Mentality is, the one thing you have to have in order to be a good runner. You could be the best fitness ever of your life. You could be best fitness in the world and not do anything if you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in people around you supporting you.
Definitely.
You got to have that mental fuel. Seems like you found that, and it's gonna be great.
Thanks, I appreciate it. We talked about it before too. I feel like I feel like the sport is. It's, I don't know, 80 to 90% mental.
Yeah.
And the physical part's the easy part.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
It's crazy to think that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get yourself in shape.
Well, it's just, But,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for letting us know that and stuff. That's a great story. And gotta ask, now that you've had set those lofty goals, what are the goals this indoor season, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah.
Transition to outdoor. Goals and aspirations,
Definitely, yeah. So this past cross country season was great, just kind of like a seeing what I could do type thing.
Yeah.
I think this indoor season, time wise, I want to qualify for the national meets. That's the biggest thing. Like I don't really want to set a time goal, except getting that top 16.
Mm-hmm.
At nationals, I would like to got fourth in cross. The goal would be to get top 3. I would like to double in the 5K, 3K if I can get in both. Hopefully be in the 5K. I should get in.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the goals for indoor. For conference, DMR too, so that'd be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that, running that with the guys, so that'd be cool.
A lot of exciting stuff. There's that team aspect, obviously.
Exactly, especially in track. Because track's, that's the thing, track's a little more hard because it does feel a little bit more individualized. I mean, there is obviously that team aspect and stuff like that, but it's not like cross country where you're adding your scores. You are adding the scores up on the track, but it's
it is just
events,
different.
You know what I mean? So
exactly. It's not weighted as much as cross would be.
Definitely.
It's just one then, obviously. But
and then going into outdoor.
Of course,
cross, I was around some guys that had run pretty fast in 10K. I kind of want to focus on the 10K. That'd be my goal.
Absolutely.
I would love, it'd be awesome to run around 28:30s, somewhere around there in the 10K. Running that at Raleigh. 2 weeks after indoor nationals. So that'd be the goal for that time. And 5K, let's just see how far we get it down. See what happens. So,
absolutely. Then reference for the indoor goals. Last year took around 14 flat and 8 flat to get into that national meet. Zach Kreft on 30:51. He'll have a spot locked on the 5K, and he'll look to do it in the 3K here coming up soon. Probably run that maybe at Penn State in January. Is that kind of the goal right now, I'm thinking? That is what I've been hearing. That's great, though. Great. Kind of throw it back. Talked about him earlier a tiny bit. Wanted to reintroduce him to him because I wanted to ask about him because I know how much he's meant to you. Dylan Jacobs. He won the 10K outdoor last year in track for Notre Dame. 4th place in cross this year for Tennessee. What has a guy like that meant to you? I know he's one of your best friends. He's been such a good runner from the get-go. Has he been kind of a mentor to you in your
definitely.
your running career and life, obviously?
No.
Yeah. What has he meant to you, a guy like that?
Yeah, no, just being around a guy like Dylan,
Yeah.
training with a guy like Dylan, trying to train with him. Obviously,
Sure.
he's a
Yeah.
stud.
Sure. Yeah. That guy's a beast. Yeah.
I mean, just it makes you want to be better being around a guy like that.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, freshman year, he redshirted cross because he was still getting used to college training.
Yeah.
And you saw, and that's the thing about our sport. It gives and it takes. That year, it took a little bit. I know he was pretty down, and he didn't get to run the cross. And indoor went well, but just seeing how he just kept growing over each season and bought in even when it wasn't going well, and just seeing how he just has transformed, lived the lifestyle, doing everything right, taking care of his body, just seeing that is just like, man, like it inspires you to want to be better too. And just I mean, it's been awesome watching him just crush it, win a national title, and place 4th in the nation. I mean, just seeing that, being around that, and having someone so close to you like that, and you just pick his brain and talk with him and see what he's doing. Like, you kind of want to just model that.
Yes,
like, that's the thing. Like, you don't want to, or at least how I look at it, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Just kind of see what someone else is doing. Why is it working? What are they doing? And see if you can just model it. I honestly, I've been trying to do that, especially the mental side of things. That is one of the most confident guys I know on the line. I remember even at Notre Dame, like, we'd line up and he'd come up to me and he'd just look at me and say, confidence. On the line.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's a good tip.
You just knew when he stepped on the line, you were getting 100% out of him that day, and you knew it was going to be well. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do now. Just follow in his footsteps, and just when I get on that line, just you know what's coming. I'm going to be there. I'm going to give it my all, and that's having a guy like that, it's awesome, especially as a teammate, but a best friend too.
Yeah,
just
of course.
talk with
yeah,
him,
just being a real that's what captivates almost perfect teammate right there. Someone you can look up to. That's awesome. Yeah. Especially a guy that could be one of the future faces of
honestly, I wouldn't
USA running. He could be big time.
He will be. Yes.
That's awesome. Kind of moving on to the end of our interview here. Any post collegiate running plans? Anything big you're looking forward to? Anything marathons maybe? Anything after college?
Definitely. So after college, definitely gonna still run. Enjoy the sport too much. Definitely. We'll hit a marathon up in the fall sometime. That's the goal. Another big thing you and I were planning on doing was that Ohio to Erie. I guess basically what Hunter and I were planning on doing after we both graduate. We're finishing up our eligibility this year, but we're gonna do a pretty insane run from Cincinnati to Cleveland on the Ohio to Erie rail trail.
The rail, yep.
Well, obviously not in one time. It'll be a few-day trip.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really planned it out yet, but we are looking forward to that. That'll be a big thing.
Sure.
Other than that, I'll keep running. I'll look at some road races. We'll plan that out. Do a marathon or two, and
absolutely just kind of have fun with the sport.
Have fun with the sport. Yeah, and that's a fun part. The sport,
I
feel like the sport it introduces you to so many great people. It's like still want to be around it, still want to be in it. You love competing. I mean, that's what you just love. I mean, you know what I mean?
That's what you're here for.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. No, that makes sense. It sounds fun. Yeah, it's going to be exhausting week or whatever.
It'll be tough.
It'll be one, It's definitely something on the bucket list, so that'll be fun.
Definitely.
Before we wrap things up, I want to get to know Zach Kreft a little bit. I'm going to fire you out some random questions I have, if you don't mind. New segment, maybe, rapid fire questions. Let's go. Favorite workout shoes?
Ooh, favorite workout shoes. I like my the ASIC Metaspeeds. It's a carbon plated shoe. Any track workout, you throw those things on, you feel like you're gliding out there. I know it's not the Nikes, but that's what we were given at Notre Dame. So that's what I said.
We'll take
that.
So I remember you guys had the Dragonflies. We had to iron off the Nike logo.
Heat gun them off and stuff like that.
Generic
Under Armour
Dragons.
schools.
Generic.
Exactly.
Can have the Nike logo on them. That was funny looking at those guys. Yeah, I remember. Nico Young doing that stuff. That's funny. Let's go. Favorite genre of music?
Ooh, country music all day. That's for
country
sure.
Guy.
Yeah,
makes sense. Growing up, almost blue collar kind of.
Oh yeah, BB. That's how we do it over there.
Yeah, that goes. That's funny. Definitely. That's awesome. We're in the Christmas spirit. Favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh,
we're getting that time.
I'm a big Christmas Vacation kind of guy. It's a classic. I mean, I gotta go with that. I mean, it's pretty good.
You gotta love that.
That or Christmas Story. I mean, either one. I'll go Christmas Vacation though. So.
Sure. It's a fan favorite for sure. What sport would you play if you didn't run?
If I didn't run, So I played baseball going into high school. Fun fact, I almost didn't run track my freshman year of high school to play baseball.
Wow.
So that would probably be the sport. Luckily, my cross country coach, who's also the track coach, convinced me to run track. So
man, different universe
luckily
out
did
there.
that. Yeah, I know.
Different universe out there. You got
a little different back then. But
minor league Zach Kreft.
That's right. Yeah. Columbus Clippers.
Yeah.
Potential. Hopefully.
Different. Yeah, somewhere out there.
Somewhere.
That's funny. Let's go. What's your fastest 400 split?
Ooh,
I know you got good speed.
Man.
How fast have you ever ran one lap in?
Yeah, high school 4x4, 51.7. I think was a split.
Yeah,
so
for distance runner.
We'll take it. Yeah, they're
for a
trained
distance
for it,
runner.
I
solid.
don't think I can touch that now though. So that's for sure.
Developed, old man legs.
Yeah, no, honestly,
Still young.
all the mileage and everything.
There you
So
for sure.
yeah.
Obviously, me and Zach, and obviously Bailey and Cody, we run a chocolate milk mile twice a year. We got the Christmas one,
Right,
summer one. Sign up for that. We'll put the link in the description, by the way. What is your fastest chocolate milk mile? That's a running favorite. The running world loves that stuff. How fast have you gone in one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever Cody Moore is run, 1 second faster. So I think I got a. I think he went 28 in the last one. I think I'm 27. It's either 27 or 28.
The more important part, 1 second faster.
1 second, yeah, exactly. Cody Moore, coming for me. No, 27, 28. But I mean, honestly, that's not too competitive with our winners. I mean, the milk mile, hype it up a little bit.
It's a good
Chandler Wilhelm. 503.
Yeah.
Andy Payne.
Yeah, I know he's been training for it. 507.
And this guy right here, 509, 511.
509, 511, two different runs.
Two different runs. So I mean, it'll be a hopefully top 10 time. But
the quest for sub 5 is
top 5.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Maybe in a few weeks we'll see someone throw that down. Maybe myself.
Yeah, honestly, you never know, man.
We'll see. Well, just a few more questions here. Are you a cat or dog guy? I know you got both.
Yeah, I got both.
Yeah.
I gotta go dogs. I just gotta go dogs. Golden retrievers. We have a golden retriever. She's a little timid. She's a little shy.
Yeah.
But that would probably be my go-to dog and stuff like that. But I dabble with cats. Cats are fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Cats are good. Last question. We'll go. Favorite running book? If you haven't read a running book, if you haven't, we can go favorite.
No, I mean I actually haven't read many, but I believe it's called Once a Runner.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Everyone knows. If you haven't read that, check that out. That's a good one.
That was a really good book. It just when you read it, especially when he's running that mile race, it just fires you up.
Yeah,
you want to get out there, so you feel what he's going through, the pain, the grit, the fight. I mean, it's just
that book does a really good job describing.
Oh yeah,
the pain,
it illustrates just
the mentality of a runner every lap, because every lap it details something. Like the third lap, I started like blacking out. Every lap.
Oh yeah, you just feel it too.
Yeah,
it's
like
even if you're not a miler, you just you know what he's going
through.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, oh man,
that's cool. Actually, one more question. The Ohio Running Podcast. Last question.
Yeah.
Favorite Ohio high school runner before your generation, if you know any, prior to early 2010s.
Ooh, see that
might be before your time. Yeah.
I mean, if I could give a favorite during my time,
sure.
The guy that I always looked up to was Andrew Jordan.
Andrew Jordan,
I mean, he's just. I feel like he was one of the best to ever do it in Ohio.
Yeah.
At least I feel like he paved the way for at least a lot of our guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that. Before that, though, oh man, I don't.
I'm trying to think.
I would honestly. I mean, could you just go with the classic, just Clayton Murphy?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean, I didn't see that's the thing. I didn't really know too many Ohio high school guys before, especially 2010.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can
Andrew
go
Jordan.
classic. Yeah. Andrew Jordan. No, I'd say Andrew Jordan's my pick if I could pick one. All time. So that's the guy you always I always looked up to.
Yeah, same. So. Yeah, same. He did a lot for the sport.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a good time chatting up with Zach Kreft. Thanks for joining the pod.
I appreciate you having me.
Kind of talking us through the collegiate career. Probably have you on at some point doing some other things, but thanks so much for coming on, and we really enjoyed having you.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.